Hey guys, so in this video I will show you our weekly Forex forecast for the following pairs: EURUSD, GBPUSD, USDCAD, gold and US oil. I have a few interesting setups for you guys, but before we continue, we would like to say that we have a Telegram channel as well, where we post educational content, signals, daily market breakdown, so go down below and subscribe. By the way guys, when we hit 500 subscribers in our Telegram channel and 400 in our YouTube channel, we will drop to you the ultimate Forex scalping strategy for small accounts with 90% plus win ratio. So again, subscribe to YouTube, subscribe to Telegram, and let's go to the charts. So here's EURUSD weekly time frame, and as you can see, we have a longer term trend line break. So this beautiful bullish massive candle, but also we have this dynamic resistance level on the weekly, and when price approaching this level, we could see this reaction with around 20% weak. But for now we have a bullish bias on the weekly. So let's go down to the daily. Here's daily time frame EURUSD, and as you can see, once we break this longer term trend line, we have a small candle, a bigger candle, an even bigger candle when approaching the weekly dynamic resistance level. And then this was followed by this minor pullback on the daily. But guys, when we have a momentum gain through these candles, so it is small, bigger, and even bigger, this is an early sign of a possible trendline break, as we have more and more buyers are stepping into the market. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. So here's 4-hour. By the way guys, like we said in our previous weekly Forex analysis video, once this trend line will be broken, we will enter the trade. And as you can see, if you enter on the breakout of this trend line on this bullish engulfing beautiful candle, you would earn about 200 pips. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn the notification bell to see our next video. We have a lot of new content is coming. But guys, let's back to our weekly Forex analysis. And as you can see on the 4-hour, our pullback is actually starting to occur. Let's draw our short-term Fibonacci. From this point to this point. As always, we would like to see pullback to our golden zone. We already had a pullback to a 0.5 level, but it will be better to see a pullback to a 0.618 level with the long wick. Boom. Somewhere right here. And then we could easily expect an upward movement. So remember, as our bias is confirmed on the weekly as bullish, on the daily as bullish as well, and on the 4-hour we will only enter on the direction of the dominant trend, meaning that we're only looking for a possible buy opportunity. So moving on. So here's GBPUSD, and in our previous video we said that we want to see a higher high to confirm our bullish bias on the weekly, and here it is. As you can see, clear higher high, which is this bullish massive engulfing candle, and as you can see we have a break of the 50 EMA on the weekly as well, confirming our bullish bias. So let's go down to the daily. Here's daily, and you can see this perfect breakout and a perfect rejection of the broken weekly level. But for now we have some kind of resistance right here. Boom. Where price could potentially stop. But again, we have a bullish bias on this pair on the daily as well. So go down to the 4-hour time frame. So here on the 4-hour time frame, we could expect some kind of the pullback right to this area. And or let's draw our short-term Fibonacci as well. Our golden zone perfectly lines up with the previously established dynamic support zone. So what we want to see is a pullback to that area and an upward movement. Again, we have a bullish bias through the weekly and the daily. So on the 4-hour, we're always looking for a buy. Let's move on. So here's USDCAD weekly time frame. And as you can see, during last week, price tanked down. As you can see, we have a break of the weekly support level and the 50 EMA. But we also draw a potential weekly support zone where price could stop. But again, when we have this massive engulfing bearish candles on the weekly, breaking through the weekly support and the 50 EMA, meaning a strong bearish momentum, price could easily break right through this support and the trend line and go down. So we have already established our bearish bias on the weekly. So let's go down to the daily. So here's on the daily, we can see clearly the same picture. breakout of the weekly support of this bullish engulfing candle and downtrend through lower highs and lower lows. Let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. So here's on the 4-hour time frame. We had this two reaction to this area with a long wick. But for now it's too early to discuss the trend change, as we are in a strong downtrend. But if this scenario will play out, we would like to see the trend line break somewhere right here, break of the minor resistance zone and the 50 EMA as well. And even when we see that, we do not jump into the trade as we have a strong bearish bias on the weekly and the daily. So for now we will consider this pair only as a short. So we would like to see a break of the structure level and retest with some kind of price action at this area. But what we would like to see more is a breakout of the trend line right here and some kind of price action to reject this area, and this will be a perfect entry. So moving on. So here is gold, and yes, we trade it on Friday and we made around 3,000 pips on this trade. So if you want to trade with us, join our Telegram group. We post a lot of interesting stuff. Right here, go down, subscribe, and let's continue our weekly analysis. So here's on the weekly what we see. We see this longer term trend line break through this beautiful bearish momentum candle. As you can see, we have a multiple rejection of this minor resistance zone, meaning that price failed to break right through it, and then was followed by a beautiful trend line break. So let's go down. Here's on the daily we have a setup that we like most. A double top right before trend line break. Double top means that gold is losing momentum right here, and buyers failed to push price higher. And then this was followed by a trend line break and the break of the 50 EMA. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. And guys, remember that we have already established our bias as bearish on the weekly and the daily time frame. So we will only looking for a short. And guys, as you can see, here's on the 4-hour we could see a perfect picture. By the way, let's break down our trade as well. We started to looking for it right before the trend line break, and we are expecting some kind of pullback. So we drop our Fibonacci from the recent swing high to the recent swing low right here. And let's see how price is acted. Boom, 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 boom. And as you can see, guys, right here, we could see a perfect rejection of the 0.5 FIB level and the 50 EMA. Boom. But again, reaction does not equal a trend change, as we have our immediate trend as bullish. So then we draw our trend line right here, boom, and entered right here on the break of the trend line and of the minor support zone, giving for us many confluence factors aligns up perfectly. And as you can see, 3,000 pips trade. So here's US Oil Weekly Timeframe, and as you can remember, when we released our previous weekly Forex analysis video, we recommend US Oil as a strong buy as it broke right through the support zone and the 0.5 FIB level and perfectly rejected it. So for these traders who trade with our direction and our analysis, could potentially earn around 400 pips, guys. And we give this information absolutely for free. So subscribe to our YouTube. Let's go down and subscribe to our Telegram channel. We even don't realize why we gave this information for free. But for us, audience, always first. So, as you can see, we have this beautiful, massive, bullish candle. But for now, we do not recommend to trade this, as we can see, some kind of resistance right here through the 0.618 FIB level, and the weekly dynamic resistance zone. So we have two strong factors that could potentially stop the price. But again, we established a bias on the US oil as bullish on the weekly. So let's go down to the daily. So here's daily time frame, and we could potentially see that pictures remained the same. We are in a clear uptrend through the higher highs and higher lows. But what we want to see to go on is some kind of price action at this key level. If the price will be able to break right through it, we as always want to see some kind of pullback. Because as you can see, guys, US oil pulls back very often. Right here, right here, right here, right here. You could trade a breakout and enter on the breakout. But for more secure entry, we prefer to expect some kind of pullback to the structure level. So guys, thanks for watching, hope you learned something new. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, to our Telegram channel, press the like button, and see you on the next video.